That's my car, that.
Your car, is it, then?
Yeah, well, no, it... What they towed it away for?
It was causing an obstruction, sir.
Obstruction? There's no other flipping car in sight.
Well, there were plenty of them when I reported it to the police. Rush hour's over.
Reported it to the police? What the heck for?
That's what they pay me for.
Oh, I know what they pay you for. They pay you for snooping, don't they? Run around like a flipping copper's narc. We're only there 5 minutes.
It's exactly 36 minutes since I reported it.
Well, I must have just left it.
They all say that. It was half an hour before that when I stuck a ticket on it.
A parking ticket?
You see that sign? It says no waiting at any time, never mind parking, in this street.
Ah, well, stick a fancy flaming uniform on you. At the ratepayer's expense. You think they're in the blooming Gestapo, don't you? What am I going to do now, eh?
Well, you can recover it from the police pound. Well, those notices aren't put there for laughs, you know.
Who's laughing? It's not my flipping car. Where's this police pound?
Just a sec.
But that's miles away.
About 5, not counting the one-way systems. Well, I must go now, sir. We knock off at 6. Bye, sir.
Nice knowing you. I don't think.
Isn't Fred back yet?
I haven't seen him, Mrs. Walker.
Well, what can be keeping him? If those wood pigeons aren't here soon, they'll never be ready in time. The lady victuals are so particular. Everything has to be just so.
Well, I'm sure they'll make allowances if you explain.
Just a nuisance.
I tell you what, I could nip out to the Chinese takeaway for you. I mean, a nice bowl of bird's nest soup or a bowl of chow chow mein, Pekingese style. It might just fill the bill.
It is no laughing matter. These are people who know a great deal about food. Gourmets, you might say. And I do have a reputation to keep up.
Have you ever had a wood pigeon, Bert?
Yeah. Well, it tasted like wood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, Ken. You get married and you think, this is forever. You never for a second think that in such a short time you're going to be back to square one on your own and even worse off than before because you're handicapped.
Well, in what way handicapped?
Oh, with a kid and that.
You know, Deirdre, there's no experience without value.
When I think of the mistakes.
Yes, but that's experience, isn't it? Just another name for mistake.
Oh, sorry, Ken, I didn't mean to moan. I've got a lot to be thankful for. Tracy's a smashing kid. Do you know, when I think about that time I nearly lost her. And that lorry.
Look, I don't know about you, but the little man inside me says it's nosebag time, so shall we go?
Why don't we?
Oh, would you like another drink first?
No, if your little man says he's hungry, it might just go to his head.
Perhaps it wasn't such a bright idea pretending to be out when Brian called. Perhaps he wanted to make it up. If it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't need to make it up. Oh, what did I do for Pete's sake? I had a dance with him. That's what discos are for, isn't it?
You didn't have to make an exhibition of yourself. And a fool out of me.
Oh, it wasn't my fault they all stopped dancing to watch us.
You were showing off.
OK, perhaps you'd have tripped him up or stood on his foot. Would that have satisfied you? It just so happens he's a very talented dancer. And that is the only talent he's got as far as I'm concerned. We just gel on the dance floor.
He's supposed to be my friend.
Who'd have thought you'd curl up with jealousy like a flipping frustrated caterpillar? Oh, what's a tiff? A tiff's nout. And all the sweeter for making it up. And he seems to want to, or else he wouldn't come knocking on the door. Oh, go on, girl, make it up. What's stopping you? You know, I get a sneaking suspicion that somewhere you don't really want to. I, for one, wouldn't blame you. Am I right?
I don't know any.
Oh.
Everything's gone wrong.
What, the egg's been keeping you? She's been going off a rocker.
You're in for the high jump, mate.
Where is she?
She's in back. You better get in there fast.
Oh, thank the Lord for that. Where on earth have you been?
Well, he's been out shooting wood pigeons, haven't you, Fred?
We're waiting for a bus, Mrs. Walker.
A bus?
Yeah.
But I thought you took the Rover.
Yeah. Well, you see...
Well, never mind about the car. Where are the wood pigeons?
Well, that's just it, you see, Mrs. Walker. I haven't got any. Well, you see, the shop was shut when I got there, and I must have just missed it by minutes. I've been all over town trying to get some, and Well, that's what's kept me so long.
I think I'm going to have a migraine.
Can I get you something, Mrs. Walker?
No, you can't. Bet, will you do me a favour? Will you ring up Joyce Irwin? You'll find the number under the Lady Victualler's. Cancel the supper for tonight, will you? Tell her about my migraine. I must go and lie down.
There's something else, Mrs. Walker.
I can't take any more tonight, Fred.
It's about the car.
What about the car?
Well, when I went back for it, it weren't there.
You mean to be stolen?
They drove it away.
Who had?
The police.
Why? Had you been in an accident?
No, well, it appears I'd parked it on a no-waiting area.
Well, why didn't you put it on a meter?
Well, that's just it, Mrs. Walker. I drove all over to try to find one, and, well, it was getting near 5 o'clock. I thought the shops might be closing, and, well, I just had to leave it somewhere.
I will go and lie down. Oh, no, I can't, can I? There's nobody at the bar.
Oh, I'll stand in, Mrs.
Oh,
Walker.
no, you won't. You'll get my rover from wherever they've taken it.
Well, in that case, I'll need some money to pay for it.
How much, for goodness sake?
Well, it used to be £10. It'll be about 15 now, I should think.
Good grief.
Shall I get it out the till?
No. Bring me my handbag from the bureau. First one thing, then another.
Yes, everything's under control, Mr. Baldwin. Extra shift in full swing. I'll have that order away with bags of time to spare. Oh, yes. All the dolly girls are here. Every one of them. No problems at all.
Hey, I saw your Brian at Rovers on Weir, Ivy. Hey, he looks as if he'd lost a bob and found a tanner. Oh, I'll have to stop saying tanner. Do you know it doesn't half-date me?
Get on. But it's a long time since anybody dated you.
Hey, I still have my moments.
Not since the dismalised currency, I'll bet.
What are you alone now, Brian? I'm miserable. Hey, where's this lovey-dovey tonight, Elsie?
Oh, they've had a row. Oh, isn't that nice? That's young love. They'll make it up.
I doubt it. Girl broke off the engagement.
Already? That didn't last long.
Hey, what's up, Ivy? Didn't you know?
Yeah, of course I did.
Funny. Mothers use it last to know about their own kids.
Gail was furious with him, sent him packing.
Hey, well, what's the way? That's what you wanted, isn't it, Ivy?
No, it isn't what she wanted. She'd rather Brian broke it off, not Gail. It was a mutual arrangement between them. They agreed to break it off.
Not according to my understanding.
And how do you know?
Well, Gail happens to live in my house, remember?
And Brian lives in mine.
Yes. Well, what I understand is that Gail broke it off. It was her that gave him the ring back.
Oh, and you were there when she did it?
Well, if you don't believe me, ask Emily, ask Deirdre.
Girls. Oh, there was an audience, was there, when she did it? She damn well hounds him until she traps him, and then she puts a story around like this. Wait till I see her, I'll tell you.
Yes, Ivy. Wait while you see her, if you don't mind. Meanwhile, get busy on those machines and stop yakking, please. We've got a lot of work to do. You're all on time and a half, so get on with it.
Hello.
Hey up, did you enjoy your meal then?
No, it was awful.
We only ate the dessert and drank the wine. The rest we left.
Yeah, and somebody recommended that place to me.
When I'm going out from here, I take the precaution of consulting a good food guide.
Yeah, well, this place wouldn't have even gotten to the bad food guide.
And yet they say that English restaurants are amongst the finest in the world.
It wasn't English, it was Indian.
Oh, well, that's it, you see. Indian curries, Chinese chop sueys, Italian pizzas. Good English cooking at its best.
The soup was too hot to drink, even when it had gone cold.
Yeah, and the tandoori chicken was so tough we couldn't get our forks into it, never mind eat it.
Oh, never mind. At least we had that nice yoghurt and nut dessert. And they give me a carnation on my way out.
So how was your dinner party, Mrs. Walker? I hope your wood pigeons were a little more tender.
Please don't talk about the wood pigeons. I'm too upset to mention them.
She's not very well, you see, tonight, Ken. She's got them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right, I'll get over it.
Gin and tonic?
Oh, no, can I just have a bit of lemon, please, Ken? That wine went right to my head.
Right. Bert.
No, not for me, Ken, thanks, I'm off. See you.
Bye, love. Bye, and the usual.
Can I sit down shortly, please, by request of my new shoes?
Have you put the rover away?
Well, no,
You haven't parked it in some other silly place.
No.
Well, then where is it?
They wouldn't give it to me.
Wouldn't give it to you? Why not?
Well, it was £6 for the parking
But I
ticket.
gave you more than that.
It was £20 for towing it away, Mrs. Walker. That's £26 altogether. I didn't have enough.
£26.
I'm sorry I couldn't invite you back, Ken, but you know what it's like when it's not your place. I'm sure Emily wouldn't have minded, but I don't like taking advantage.
Oh, well, don't apologise to me of all people. It's just the same living with Uncle Albert. You know, he gets really fraught if anyone says it's bedtime. He says it ruins his beauty sleep.
It's a right botch up, isn't it? I mean, here we are, two grown-up people, parents even, and it's like being kids again. I don't feel as if I'm controlling my own life anymore. Do you know, sometimes living there, I feel like a schoolgirl and Emily's the headmistress.
Yeah, it's very much the same with me with Uncle Albert.
You're a lot older than I am.
Do you know what Schopenhauer said?
Who's he? Is it all?
Well, he was a famous philosopher. He said that no man should marry until he's 35, and then he should marry a woman at least 15 years younger than him.
Whatever for?
Well, amongst other things, they will both begin to lose their sexual urge at about the same time.
Is that a fact? You mean women lose their sexual urge 15 years before men do?
So he says.
That makes you and me about right then, doesn't it?
If Schopenhauer is correct, yes.
Hey, what are you getting at?
I see. Oh, very well then. Collect it in the morning.
Well, wouldn't it be better if I went for it tonight, Mrs. Walker? It'll be 28 quid tomorrow, you see. They put £2 a night on for storage.
That is the last straw. First, they confiscate your car, and then they charge you for holding on to it. Will you take over, please, Bet? I am going to bed. It has been a day of disaster. Utter disaster.
It's no use, I can't concentrate. I've read that page 3 times and I still don't know what it says.
Brian, is it, love?
I wish you hadn't told him I was out when he called.
Well, I like that. You asked me to.
Well, you shouldn't have taken any notice of me. You knew I was upset.
All right, next time you can tell him you're not in yourself. Don't expect me to.
Do you think he's gone out with somebody else?
Well, he's every right to, hasn't he? I mean, you're not engaged anymore, are you? Look, love, what else can he do? He comes hammering on the door and you bang it in his face. People don't expect to come back for more time and time again. It's your move now, lass.
Behave like a fool, haven't I?
Yes, well, don't just sit there like a wet Monday. Go and do something.
What?
Well, stop him on his way to work and talk to him, for God's sake. If you don't apologise, you can...
Apologise?
You can mark my words. If you don't apologise, you'll lose him. And my guess is you have already.
Are you waiting for Brian?
No. I just came out to see if it were raining.
Has Elsie gone in yet?
Yeah, about 5 minutes ago.
Do you know, it's all bed and baldwins. I even dreamt flaming jeans last night.
Oh, we're wearing them.
Good old body. Do you know, my dreams aren't half as interesting as they used to be.
Are yours? Come on, let's get over there before Stevie boy starts napping.
Good writ last night.
What?
The pictures.
Could you get Fred, please, love? Ask him to come in for a minute.
You want me, Mr. Walker?
25, 26, 27, 28.
Hey, it's a good job I haven't got a car of my own. I couldn't afford to fork out 28 quid for nothing.
It's not for nothing, Fred. It's for breaking the law. You do see that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I had to leave it somewhere, Mrs. Walker. There were nowhere to park it, I told you.
The police have a very difficult job to do, and they do it pretty well. Now, if you decide to flout the regulations, then you must pay the penalty. Now, I've considered it very, very carefully overnight, Fred, and I am quite clear that it was your fault.
How do you mean?
I mean that it was your offence, and it is up to you to pay for it.
Me? 28 quid? I can't afford to pay out 28 quid.
No, I know you can't pay it all at once. Therefore, I am lending it you. But it will be deducted from your wages.
I just keep thinking about what a mess I've made of everything. I feel so depressed.
You just have to pull yourself together, snap out of it.
It's all very well saying that.
Well, you know, twice yesterday you caused a rumpus. It's bad for customer relations.
Twice?
Well, you had the row with Brian, didn't you? And then quarter of an hour later, another one with Susie right in front of the customers.
Well, it won't happen again. It's all over. He as good as told me this morning.
Well, as good as? Well, what does that mean?
He ignored me on the street.
I mean, you just walked by without saying a word.
No, he did speak, but...
Oh, I don't know what's the matter with young people these days. Sometimes, if you don't mind my advising you, you're better to swallow your pride. It could ruin your future.
No use, Emily. It's too late. Me and Brian's a thing of the past.
Have you got it?
Yeah. 28 quid for nout.
Well, I don't think you should pay it. So, Carl, you were doing a job for her, weren't you?
Yeah, what can I do? I mean, she said she's going to dock out my wages, isn't she?
Well, I wouldn't stand for it. I'd tell her straight.
Would you?
I would that. And sharpish. I'd sooner leave first. You earn your wages, they're sacred. Nobody's got the right to touch them but you.
Hey, is it dinner time already?
Oh, it's for some.
What are you doing, skiving?
Me? Yeah, I'm conscientious, I am. Now, we knocked off early so as to be back early, that's all. Starting a big job this afternoon.
Listen, Brian, can I have a word with you? It wasn't my fault that you and Gail split up, was it? I mean, everyone seems to think it was, but it wasn't intentional.
But I'm not blaming you. Not altogether.
Well, there's no account of a taste, but she's moping around like a kitten that's lost its mother.
Look, she's annoyed with me. I know that. But I just don't understand what she's so annoyed about, really.
Listen, why don't you go to Dawson's? Have a talk with her. You've got time. Go on, make it up, eh?
It's not up to me. I've done nothing and you know it. Look, why didn't you have a word with her? You're supposed to be your best friend.
Try, but she doesn't believe me in it.
Well, she can suit herself. It's up to her now. I don't see why I should run after her all the time.
Can I have a word, Mrs. Walker?
What is it, Fred? I'm rather busy at the moment.
Well, it's just that I've been thinking over what you said about me having to pay for your car being towed away.
Oh, yes?
Well, I don't think it's fair.
Why not? You were in charge of the car, weren't you?
Yes, I know, but it's your car, isn't it? I mean, you sent me for those pigeons. I mean, surely the owner is responsible if anything goes wrong.
Legally, perhaps. But the moral responsibility is surely the driver's. Now, look at it this way. If you were to drive at 100 miles an hour and you were summoned for speeding, it wouldn't be my fault, would it, even though I am the owner of the car? No, I mean, clearly you have committed the offence. You can't expect me to pay for offences which you've committed.
I can't accept that, Mrs. Walker.
Well, I'm afraid you'll just have to.
Well, I'm sorry to have to say this, but... Well, either you pay that fine or I'll leave the Rovers for good.
Addy, have you seen the sea?
No, what's wrong with it?
Well, it's not straight, is it?
Where?
There.
There's no wrong with that.
It's buckled as well.
Are you sure it's one of mine?
Of course I'm sure it's one of yours. And what's more, it's the third time this morning.
Oh, don't get excited. Drop it down there. We're knocking off soon. I'll
Oh,
redo it
aye,
again
yes.
after dinner. I've seen worse than that. She's needed with me because she thinks I'm responsible for our Brian and Gail breaking up. She keeps picking on me for the slightest thing. Hey, I forgot to tell you we saw your Brian this morning, didn't we, Ida?
Yes, we were waiting for him coming out of your house. And he gave a brush off.
Did he? What happened?
Well, I think she wanted to talk to him, but he just hurried away.
Good for him. He does better than that, our Brian. He's still wet behind ears. Do you know, it only seems yesterday since you were playing with his toys.
He seems to go straight from Lego to legs these
Well, I'm
days.
glad the lad's seen some sense in time.
Ivy, don't be so flaming smug.
Smug? Listen, I've got nothing to do with this. He did this on his own.
Oh, don't give me that. You've been trying to break it up ever since it started.
Look, I've got nothing against the girl, Elsie, except that she's not right for our Brian. I've said so all along. Well, what's wrong with lass Ivor? She's a nice girl, is Gail.
Well, what do you know about it? She's insipid.
Well, your Brian's no bundle of fun come to that.
Yes, you can say that again.
My Brian's got more in his little finger than
Well, I can
some
tell you
fellas
something, Ivy. It doesn't show. It just doesn't show.
She's right, you know, Ivy.
Now, listen, you.
Now, don't start that, Ivy. Don't
Ladies,
start that,
please.
because if you're going to start arguing...
Listen, just because my son's seen some sense at last, you're all trying to bring him down.
Look, would you please pack it in till dinner time and get on with your work? You know we've got an order to get out.
Oh, to hell with your flaming order. I'm not having her standing there and calling my Brian.
Well, stop running the girl down there.
Would you please sit down, Ivy? I promised Michael get this order out on time.
Oh, pipe down, you little squirt. You've got that blinking order on the brain.
Hey, is my man coming out today then?
Oh, your flaming mother.
You are? What did you say?
You heard.
Oh, what's bitten you then? Hey, where is she?
Oh, she'll be coming out if she can stop arguing with the rest of them. And if you want to know, I wish she'd stop out yakking the old morning away.
Hey, just a minute. What does that mean?
Look, she causes nothing but trouble, your mother. Stops other folk working, holds up the line.
What the hell are you going on about?
What the heck am I going on about? It's what she's going on about. She's going on about you.
Me?
Yes, you and Gail. It damn well serves you right that she's packed you in.
Hey, what the hell's that got to do with you?
It's got plenty to do with me. We've got a big new account to get out for important new clients, and we're losing production and getting behind because of you and your mother.
Hey, stow it. Do you hear me? Stow it.
Oh, it doesn't bother me. If you want to be a mummy's boy and let her rule your life, that's up to you. But when it starts interfering with the job...
What did you call me? A mummy's boy?
Well, aren't you?
It's our Brian.
I'm staying.
Leave him alone. Steve, get him up. Get off it. Get him up. Get him.
Are you all right, Brian? What's going on here?
Hey, your lip, love.
He smashed you in there. Look at your face.
Do you know what he called me? A mummy's boy. Ah, she was a mummy's boy.
What's that, Fred?
Have you told her?
I have that.
What did she say?
She said nought. I told her if she touched my wages, I were leaving.
You didn't.
How did she take it?
You wouldn't leave the Rovers, would you, Fred?
She wants me to pay 28 quid for getting her car back. Now, that's all right, but I'll not do it.
Oh, she'll come round. She won't let you leave.
Well, I don't want to leave, but... Look, I were doing her a favour. I didn't have to go. I won't sit on here as a flipping errand boy. I've got pride, you know.
I've just been talking to Billy on the telephone.
Oh,
Jersey.
Billy, how is he?
Fine. He's flying over tomorrow to stay for a while. Isn't that nice?
Good. It'll be good to see him again.
Won't it? Excuse me.
Well, you picked the wrong moment to threaten her with leaving, haven't you, Fred?
What do you mean?
Well, if Billy's here, she'll be able to manage without you, won't she?
Famous last words. Annie Walker puts her foot down over the car fine in tomorrow's stroll down the street. And if it's a laugh you're after next, well, we've got just the ticket on the buses.